can download the arts in the video for free, link in the description. For a Metroidvania-Style Room System, where each room is a different scene, we first need to create a script that will hold the location of where the player should spawn in the next room and won't reset the variables within it while changing scenes. To do so, go to the Scripts tab, go to File, New Script, name it Room Change Global and hit Create. Inside, we will create 3 variables. Activate will tell the player that they need to spawn at the set position. Player Pause is the set position that the player must spawn at in the next room. And Player Jump on Enter will tell the player to do a vertical boost. This is for when we enter a room from below and don't want the player to instantly fall back down into the previous room. Now to make this script run in the background while the game is changing scenes between the various levels, go to Project Settings, go to Globals, select the folder icon, select the Room Change Global script and hit Open, then press Add. Now this script will always run in the background of our game. Additionally, keep in mind the name on the left, as that is what we will use to grab and set the variables inside the script. To make the player spawn at the player pause variable, go to your player script. Inside the built-in ready function, we will first grab the Room Change Global script and check if Activate is true. We do this so that the player can still spawn in the correct set position inside the first room that you load in your game. Then we set the player's global position to the player pause variable. We then check if we want the player to jump on Enter. If so, then we use basic jump code. Then we set Activate to false. Additionally, we add the player to a group called Player. This will be used so that the door or the room change node only activates if the player is colliding, ignoring other nodes and bodies. For the room change node, create a new scene, then area 2D node as the core. Right click, rename it to door area 2D. Then go to scene save as, and save it. We don't add a collision shape now, as we will do this after we add this node into the various rooms in our game. That way we can have different collision shapes for each of our doors. Add a script to the scene, then select the door area 2D, go to node, signals, right click the body entered signal, press connect and connect it to the script. This will add a function that activates every time a body enters the area 2D's collision shape. Some of the body nodes inside of Godot include the character body and rigid body. First, we define 3 export variables. Export makes the variables editable from the right and will allow us to set these variables uniquely between different copies or instances of this door node. Connected room is a string that will hold the file path to the room scene we want to load. Player pause is the position where we want the player to spawn inside of the connected room. And player jump on enter is for if we want to apply a jump upon entering the connected room. Inside the body entered signal function, we will first check if the built-in variable body is in the group player. This makes sure that the colliding body is the player and not any other node, as the player is the only node we add to the group called player. Next, we set activate in the room change global script to true, then set all other room change global variables appropriately to the export variables. Finally, we get the tree, which is the core of the scene, then use call deferred so that the function inside runs at the end of the current frame, avoiding potential errors. As for the function inside, we use change scene to file, passing the connected room variable, which holds the file location of the scene that we want to change to. Now to use this room system in your game, go to one of the room scenes. If you don't intend for this room to be one that the player spawns in at the start of the game, then don't worry about the player node's position, as the door area 2D will handle setting the player's position when they are trying to enter this room. Drag the door area 2D scene into this room scene. Add a collision shape 2D node as a child of the area 2D. I will set the shape to a rectangle 2D, and I'll set the size to 6 by 16, and I will set the transform position to 160 by 48. The blue shape is what the player must touch in order for the room to change. Keep in mind that you can change the shape, size, position of the collision shape 2D node based on what is best for the room in your game. Select the door area 2D node. We will now set the export variables. For the connected room, we must grab the file path to the room scene that we want to load. To get this, find the room scene that you want to load in the bottom left, right click that scene, then select copy path. Go to the area for the connected room variable, press Ctrl or Command plus V to paste the path. For the player position, I will do 7 by 53. This is the position where you want the player to spawn inside the connected room. Finally, you can choose to enable player jump on enter. However, I would only do this if the player has to jump to reach the door area 2D. This is so the player doesn't instantly fall back down after entering the connected room. Additionally, if you want to add more variables to this room system, to have the variable keep its value across different room scenes, make sure to add it to the room change global script. If you want the player to access this new variable when spawning into the room scene, simply add it during the ready function. Remember to use the name that we defined in the project settings global tab, then grab the name of the variable that you're adding. And if you want to set this new variable inside the door area 2D, simply grab it like the other variables and set it appropriately. Additionally, you can create an export variable and set it to that. Keep in mind that these export variables don't require to have the same name as the variable inside the room change global script. I just chose to make them the same name for the sake of clarity when using this system. Now you have a Metroidvania-style room system where each room is a different scene and spawns the player in correct positions that you can add to any of your Metroidvania games. And don't forget, you can check out the project files, link in the description.